Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got ourselves a booster box of Innistrad Double Feature. This box contains 24 packs with 15 cards each. The set was released January 28th, 2022, and we're going to be doing pricing as of July 20th, 2022. This was a request of someone who made a comment on one of my videos, so let's go ahead and honor that request and open this up. If you've got a box that you want me to open, even if it's not your own, and it's something that makes sense financially for me, I may just pick it up and open it up. So feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. And with that, let's go ahead and get one of these open, and let's see what kind of value we can find. All right, so our foil is on the back there. We're going to be careful with that because our foils in this set are going to be some of the most valuable cards that we can pull. So we've got a Galvany Trapper, a Harvestside Sentry, a Component Collector, a Tavern Ruffian, a Griff Rider, Belligerent Guest, Sheltering Burrows, Wedding Invitation, Valdarian Ambusher, Contortionist Trope, Cobbled Lancer, Restless Bloodseeker, and our first rare is a Willow Geist, and our second rare is a Fateful Absence. And then our foil is going to be a Ballista Watcher Uncommon. So in each one of these packs, we're going to get a rare from each set. We're going to get a combination of uncommons and then a mix of commons from both of the two sets, the Midnight Hunt and the Crimson Vow. And then we're going to get a foil from one of the two sets. Now I'm going to pause the video right here because this is where things go sideways. Inside this box, you're not supposed to get two rares from the exact same set. It's supposed to be one from each set, one from Crimson Vow and one from Midnight Hunt. So watch as the video goes along, and you'll see that the majority of the packs, in fact 20 of the 24, are like this. What we're looking for are the foil rares or mythics, especially the Meat Hook Massacre. If you get one of those, you're pretty much just paid for your box. So I don't have one yet in foil. I do have it in regular frame, non-foil. So there's only a few commons and uncommons that have value over $1. So I'll just kind of keep an eye out for those. So we're looking for Consider. We're looking for Morbid Opportunist, Ancestral Anger. And if I see any of those, I'll kind of call them out. And I'll definitely call them out during the video overlay with the pricing somewhere around here. All right, we got ourselves a Fading Hope, a Corpse Cobble, a Sanguine Statuette, an Arm the Cathars. Our first rare is a Trichidas File. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. Slaughter Specialist is our second rare. And then we get ourselves a Common Arrogant Outlaw in foil. So definitely be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video for the MTG box analysis. This is the second box I've opened of these, so I'll be doing a full comparison of this box compared to the first one I opened on the channel, and I'll be providing a link to that in case you want to go check it out for yourself. All right, we got an Ominous Roost, Beloved Beggar, Laid to Rest, Gutter Skulker, got ourselves a Hallowed Respite, and a Ghoulcaller's Harvest. And we're going to get another uncommon, Heirloom Mirror, showing on up as our foil. All right, Pax Betrayal, Armor. All right, we got ourselves a Ritual of Hope, our first uncommon, Moon Silver Key, Cloaked Cadet, it's a Guardian Paladin. And we're going to go ahead and see a mythic here, Lord of Forsaken, showing that up here from the black. Unfortunately, not a high value card. And then we get an Unnatural Growth showing it up. This one is worth a few dollars. And then we got ourselves a Return to Nature common foil. Definitely want to be careful with those corners around the foils in the back. So the foil will always be the last card. All right, so we got ourselves a Field of Ruin, an Odory's Outrider, a Bramble Worm, a Brine Combiner, Our first rare is a Ghoulcaller's Harvest, and then a Vadric Astral Archmage. And then we got ourselves a rare Pithing Needle showing on up in foil. So Pithing Needle just recently reprinted in Double Masters and has been steadily rising in this set from a price perspective. Don't have the prices of the foils in front of me. I would, unfortunately, with TCG Player, I'd have to pull every single foil price manually, so I don't do that ahead of the videos. But it'll be in the overlay. All right, we got ourselves a Storm Skrillex, Spell Rune Painter, Wedding Security, Hacksong Pup, Curse of Surveillance for the first rare, and a Sigarda's Splendor showing up for our second. And then we get a Candle Grove Witch showing on up as our foil. So definitely want to see something from the land cycle in here. Almost all of the lands, of which there are no basic lands, they all have what I would call pretty good value. Most of them are over $5. So we got a Gavony Dawnguard, Bereaved Survivor, Magma Pummeler, Soul Cipher Board, and then we got ourselves a Siphon Insight, and a Florian Valdarian Scion as our second rare. And there we go. We got ourselves another rare foil, Investigator's Journal. Unfortunately, in non-foil, not more than $1, whereas Pithing Needle was. So we'll see if in the foil treatment that has some significant value. I'm also not sure how many rares and mythic foils you can get in a box. I'll go back and double check the other box when I compare it to this one. But I want to say it's around 2 to 3. So we might be reaching our limit. We got ourselves a Dryad's Revival, a Hound Tamer, Wandering Mind, Fell Stinger, and another Sigarda's Splendor. So a little bit of a duplication there. And then we get an Adeline Resplendent Cathar coming in. Couple of dollar hit there. And then we got ourselves a Bramble Armor showing up as our foil. So some of the key cards from this set are going to be obviously the Meat Hook Massacre, if you're not familiar with that card. Just a really fantastic black spell. Then we got Toxrill the Corrosive also coming in from black. Then we got Chandra Dressed to Kill coming in from red. And even Lear Disciple of the Drowned coming in from blue. And Hallowed Haunting from white. There's a lot of good cards in this set. All right, we got ourselves a Play with Fire. There's our Morbid Opportunist. Boarded Window. Rendering Flame. Got ourselves a Light Up the Night. And a Briar Bridge Tracker with a Lunar Frenzy coming in as our foil uncommon. Oh, I forgot to mention, from green, we're looking for either Renin 7, Avabrook Caretaker, or the Cultivator Colossus. Those are going to be big hits from the green. All right, Diregraph Rebirth, Seize the Storm, Dawnheart Geist, Hero's Downfall, and there we go. From the land cycle, we got a Hostile Hotel. This is going to be one of the least valuable, just over $1. And then we get our Giza Glorious Resurrector coming in here, just over $1 as well. And then a Dreadlight Monstrosity coming in as our foil. Just a common, but that's okay. All right, Rejuvenator. There's one of our commons that has some value, the Consider card. About $4 right now, somewhere in that neighborhood. Silver Bolt, Syncopate. All right, Blade Stitch Scab, Mysterious Tome, Runebound Wolf, Blood Sworn Squire, first rare, Briar Bridge Tracker, Grafted Identity, and then we get some mulch to put on the lawn in our foil. one of my least favorite times of the year, mulching season. All right, Sea Zombie, Vampire Slayer, Wolf Strike. All right, Dreadhound, Stormkirk Blood Thief, Lunar Rejection, Sawblade Slinger, an Angel Fire Ignition coming in from the multicolor, followed by a Mythic Hendrik Damanothri coming in from black. A couple of dollars there. And then we've got ourselves an Alchemist Revival as our foil. And that's going to be a common from the Crimson Vow half of the set. All right, looking in here. One thing I have noticed with these boxes, because this is my third or fourth one, second on the channel, is that you get very low duplication. So unlike a normal draft box where you might see a play set of a card, it's very unlikely that you'll see that here. There is some duplication, and I'll call it out in the breakdown. All right, Nettleghast Intruder, Obsessive Astronomer, Resistance Squad, Lantern of the Lost. Get ourselves a Smoldering Egg, and then Old Sticky Finger showing up as our second rare, with an uncommon Storm Chaser Drake. Very nice to see that. All right, Bramble Armor. All right, Sunrise Cavalier, Purifying Dragon, Reclusive Taxidermist, Markov Retribution, Grafted Identity is our first rare, Lord of the Forsaken is our second, and that's a mythic. So Lord of Forsaken, unfortunately, not high value. And then there we go, a Valdarian Estate coming in from the land cycle as a foil. Very nice to see that. Not 100% sure what the value of this is going to be, but that is our third rare foil, which I think is high. So we'll have to find out. All right, Blood Pact, the center. All right, Infernal Grasp, so that's going to be another one of our uncommons over $1. Phantom Carriage, Markov Waltzer, Honeymoon Hearse, and then we got a Shipwreck Marsh coming in from the land cycle, about a $5 bill there, and then a Volatile Arsonist coming in here, just over $1, and then a Crawling Infestation as our foil, uncommon from the Crimson Vow half of the set. So we got about 9 packs left. Hard to tell when they're in the box. All right, Larder Zombie, Duress, Rite of Oblivion, Defend the Cestus, Bride's Gown, Voltaic Visionary, Slaughter Specialist, Rem Carlos Stalwart Slayer, and then a Vampire Slayer coming in here from white from Crimson Vow as our foil. There's only 2 artifacts currently valued over $1. That's going to be the Cestus itself, and then we've got the Pithing Needle, which we've already seen in foil. It's Sunset Revelry, Winter Horn Blessing, Markov Purifier, Screaming Swarm. Got ourselves a Curse of the Leeches, and then a Siphon Insight, and then the old Evolving Wilds coming in there in foil. I know another YouTuber who would certainly take that and put that in their collection of what has to be tens of thousands of that card. Huge fan. All right, we got ourselves a Plummet, Flip the Switch, Arcane Infusion, Borrowed Time, Fallen Back Escort, Luring Suitor. Ooh, and there we go. We got ourselves a Ren and 7 coming in here. Mythic, just over $10. Very nice to see that. And double Mythic pack. We got ourselves a Primal Adversary coming in here. Just over $1. And Corpse Cobble is going to be our uncommon foil from the Midnight Hunt set. Too bad we couldn't get a triple mythic pack there with mythic foil in the back. That's okay. Very nice to see Renin 7. All right, Unruly Mob. All right, Root Coil Creeper. Covetous Castaway. Storm Chaser Drake. Spiked Ripsaw. Vadric Astral Archmage, and then a Falconwrath Pitfighter are our 2 rares. And then we get an End the Festivities coming here in foil. Just a common there. All right, so we are now down to about 5 packs or so. All right, Valdarian Stinger. Ghoulish Procession, Vivisection, Edgar's Awakening, Radiant Grace, and then we get Adeline Resplendent Cathar coming in here as our first rare. There's some value in that card. And then a Willowgeist, followed by a Dawnheartgeist in foil. If I can hold on to it. There we go. Very nice to see that. The foiling is very subtle on these. If you were just looking at a stack of 1,000 cards, you probably would miss a foil or 2. So I encourage you, as I will be doing, to definitely sleeve them up to differentiate them. They call them penny sleeves for a reason. They only cost a penny. And then, all of those foils are definitely worth more than that and will be in the future. Because this set was only released to local game stores. It was not available online, so you had to go to a store to purchase this. So we got ourselves a Broodweaver, Devoted Graphkeeper, Griffwing Cavalry, an Undead Butler, another Old Sticky Fingers, Concealing Curtains, and a Stormkirk Blood Thief coming in here as a foil uncommon. All right, 3 packs to go. Still haven't seen any of the big cards, I would say. I'm not 100% sure if we've even opened up a single card over $10, which is very rare for this set. So I'm getting a little bit nervous with regard to the value return on this box. But I did buy it from what I would consider to be a reputable seller. Got ourselves a Lunar Frenzy, a Village Watch, a Whispering Wizard, an Oakshade Stalker, Primal Adversary coming in here. We've already seen that. And then a Shipwreck Marsh. I think we've seen that as well. And then a Biolume Egg uncommon coming in from the Crimson Vow set. You really want to see double feature, Midnight Hunt foils coming in there. That usually means that you're going to get a little bit more value, simply because the Midnight Hunt set, I think, is just a better set. All right, starting off with an Arrogant Outlaw. All right, Sacred Fire. Bane Blade Scoundrel. Thirst for Discovery. Archghoul of Thrabian. A Deserted Beach. There's a little different there from the land cycle. Very nice to see that. I love the lands. I never sell any lands, in case you were ever wondering. And there's that card again, which we've definitely seen before because I couldn't pronounce it the first time. We'll just call him the Kafile. And then we get another foil rare, Suspicious Stowaway, coming in here. So very cool to see that. And now we've got our last pack of double feature. All right, so we've got ourselves an Ardent Elementalist, an Eaten Alive, Hedgewick's Mask, Harvestside Infiltrator, Cruel Witness, Piercing Light, Lightning Wolf, Honored Heirloom, Dawnheart Mentor, Cathar's Call, Vile Spawn Spider, Blood Hypnotist, And we get ourselves a Mask of Gillibrand, followed by a Valdarian Bloodcaster, and then a foil common Soul Guide Griff at the end. So no Cultivator Colossus, no Meat Hook Massacre in this box, no Chandra. But I definitely think there's value here, so stay tuned. I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. All right, everything's been sorted, organized, and inventoried. Now let's get into the MTG box analysis. Let's talk about the set distribution of Innistrad Double Feature. The set contains 534 total cards, and there's between 86 and 90 cards per color, plus 65 colorless, 17 artifact, and 15 non-basic lands. Every single one of the cards is a reprint from the normal framed Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow sets. There are no basic lands, no showcase, no borderless, no extended art, and no tokens in Double Feature. This chart shows all the cards from the Midnight Hunt half of the set. The foils that we saw are in orange, the non-foils are in green, and the set is in gray as our baseline. Based on the data, we can see that this box had a pretty even spread of non-foils from the 5 primary colors of Magic, ranging between 30 and 33. In the foil space, we saw 11 total cards, one from every category, even artifact and non-basic land. This second chart shows all the cards that we saw from the Crimson Vow half of the set. Now, due to the issue with the rare and mythic slot, this half of the set has 20 less cards than it should, and the Midnight Hunt set has 20 more cards than it should. Regardless, we saw between 25 and 30 cards for each of the 5 colors of Magic, but had significantly less multicolor cards than Midnight Hunt. In the foil space, we actually saw more cards with 13, but the ratio of foils between the two sets is never guaranteed in these boxes. Now let's remove all the duplicates and take a look at how much of the set this box covered. On the Midnight Hunt half, we saw 172 unique cards giving us 64% coverage. In the Crimson Vow half, we saw 147 unique cards giving us 55% coverage. The difference in coverage is directly related to this box having 44 Midnight Hunt rares and mythics, whereas the Crimson Vow half only had 4. In a normal box, you would get 24 from each set. When we combine the two halves, we end up with 319 unique cards out of the 534 card set for a coverage of 60%. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, for the Midnight Hunt set, we saw 94 unique commons, 48 uncommons, 26 rares, and 4 mythics in non-foil. In foil, we saw 5 commons, 4 uncommons, 2 rares, and no mythics. In the Crimson Vow half, we saw 95 unique commons, 48 uncommons, 2 rares, and 2 mythics in non-foil. And in foil, we saw 6 commons, 5 uncommons, 2 rares, and 0 mythics. Now here's where the mispacking of the box really stands out: duplication. As I'm sure you picked up on during the opening, we saw heavy duplication of the rare and mythic slot within the Midnight Hunt half of the set. If this box was a standard box, we likely would have seen no duplication in this slot. As a result of the mispacking, we saw 12 rares and 2 mythics repeated twice. Unfortunately, we didn't see 2 Meat Hook Massacres, which would have been the best case scenario. We saw no duplication among our 24 foils, nor any of the 96 uncommons. Only 3 of the commons were repeated, 2 from Midnight Hunt and 1 from Crimson Vow. For comparison, here's a look at the duplication I saw in the previous box. As you can see, it's much more in line with the non-rare duplication we saw in this box. Let's take a look at the potential value of this set. This chart shows the entire 534 card set by dollar category. As you can see, there are 10 cards currently valued over $10, 14 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 57 cards valued over $1. The remaining 453 cards in the set are valued under $1. In total, the 534 cards have a combined value of $543.35 in non-foil. Compared to the full set, we missed a lot of value in this box. We only saw one non-foil valued over $10, which was the Renin 7 valued at $10.39. Now, it wasn't all bad news. The duplication actually helped us in some cases for the $5 to $10 category. We saw 2 Adeline Resplendent Cathars valued at $5.88 and 2 Shipwrecked Marshes valued at $5.87. We also saw the Deserted Beach and the Unnatural Growth in the $5 to $10 category. We even picked up 13 cards in the $1 to $5 category. In the foil space, we had 5 hits out of 24 cards, which is 20%. 3 of our common foils surprised me with their value. The Alchemist Retrieval was $7.97, and the Festivities has a market value of $8.73, and even the Bramble Armor was at $10.64. Then 2 of our foil rares also brought in value, with the Valdarian Estate valued at $12.14, and the Pithing Needle bringing in the most of any card in the box at $14.61. We also saw 12 foils valued between $1 and $5, and 7 foils valued under $1. So how did this box perform? Well, the current market price for this box is $165 and appears to be holding steady. I purchased my box from Card Kingdom for $179.99. Today we opened up 24 weird packs with 15 cards each, seeing a total of 360 cards. In the non-foil space, we saw $106.25 in card value from the Midnight Hunt half of the set, and $31.47 from the Crimson Vow half. In the foil space, the Midnight Hunt cards brought in $32.17 in value, and the Crimson Vow half added $56.76. In total, this box contained $226.65 in card value. That's a gain of $46.66 over the price I paid, which means that this box returned 126% of its box in card value. Now for comparison, I've updated the pricing of the previous box opening to today's prices. The previous box was much better overall, primarily because of the Meat Hook Massacre. However, today's box was better in the foil space. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this look into Innistrad Double Feature. And if you did, hit the like button. And why not subscribe to the channel so you can see more MTG box analysis. Until next time, do something amazing.